Good morning, team. It's me, Jay Song. Today we're gonna do a coin called Red Coin. I've been asked to do this coin. I believe the symbol is RDD. It's on Bitrex, Bittrex, and then we're gonna, of course, cover XRP at the end of this. But let's take a look at some of these coins. So let's get right into it. So since this is about the same size as me, I'm just going to move this to the side and put myself on there. And this new format, I hope it really helps. It really helps the delay. There's like a delay when I'm recording. There's a delay from when I'm moving on the screen to when I'm actually doing stuff with my previous video. So this is actually going to cut down on some of that time greatly. So let's take a look at that. The first thing I see is I'm just going to cover a few things. On a regular chart view, it looks like this. It's just a bunch of nothing. And so look at that. It looks like just a lot of chop. So I'm going to turn on Heiken Ashi candles. You may want to too. Again, TradingView is free on iPad, iOS, and the phones as well. You can do it, but if you do it on a desktop or use the desktop or browser version, you may need to pay a monthly fee. I think it's like $14, $15 a month, something like that. I did connect these tops here at the core areas, and I did omit this one right here, okay, because that is not really anything, since it's a big long spike on its own in Heiken Ashi. So I'm kind of being very general with these on Heiken Ashi, but this is using a regular view. This is pretty accurate. Okay, so let's delete that one. And then again, what you do is you take this one and you clone that line, and you can take it and you can actually bring it and drop it to the bottom of the swing. So we're connecting this swing here, that one right there. So price goes up, comes down, then comes up like that, and then it can go and cut through. Now where it cut through, we're marking the phantom zone. I'm sorry, we're marking the cut, which is here. That line, that's a very special line. Now there's something else to draw into noteworthy of. So if price ever comes, so I'm expecting price to come to that line, and if it ever came into that line, then the next lines it can hit is up here. You know, see this line way up there, and hit those prices. That would be it for a raging bull market. That would come into play, which we have one on XRP. So don't let me forget. The other thing is that we're going to do, this is all a daily chart as well, is we're going to connect the bottoms of here and the bottoms of here, and then we're going to draw that out. It gives us a point of approximately here. You can delete that. It gives us a point of approximately there. Now we're going to take that whole range, and now we can just use that range like it's a block floating in the sky. That's the range where we're most likely to see a reversal form. And I'm actually going to turn on the borders for this one, so you can actually just turn on a border and then bring that's not the, there we go, there's the border, and then I don't have to draw these right here since I drew that out, but that border acts like the ranges. So we're looking at the top range and the bottom range. So let's move this off to the side, and that price is 0.0054, and the current price is sitting at 0.0038. So current price 0.0038, and looking to go to 0.0054 for Redcoin. So let's clone that, and then we're going to put that on there. 0.0068 is where we're looking at the tops for that. We may come up, some lower support areas is going to look something like this, since this is curving like this way. And we saw that there was some support here the last time we actually went on top of that, which is here. Actually, let me see if we can move that. You can see that. Where it cut was here, and we did get a sword cut. So we actually had something like this. Now I'm not really going to draw it, but you could if you wanted to, and you would take your rectangle tool and you put it there, and then you can draw it out. Okay, so that is really a type of parabolic support, and the support would be in play for about that long. Okay? So for about the same length as this one, that's going to be the length of those. So you need to keep those in mind. That's kind of the power of these lines. It does go away over time. Okay, so I'm not going to be drawing and leaving that on there since we already are in the upper part of the movement. This is still in play. Okay, so the length of here and the length of here, if we were to clone that out, would be about this long. So really we're looking I'm looking at a few places. I'm looking for when this kind of started, and that about that long is about that long. So really, if we wanted to, for reference, we can stretch this part out so you kind of know when it really is in play and when it should be. So we really have quite a bit before needing to go to the next before losing some strength. Not all of it, but we could still lose some strength on that sword cut. So keep that in mind. And as it is, it looks like we are coming up to those prices. Those are where we are most likely to see a reverse. But we got to watch behavior at those points. Ooh, don't want to delete that one. So you guys need to watch to see if we're going to be looking for a reversal or anything. Let's look and see if we can see anything on the indicators. Now that we have some things on our map, we are coming up to oversold territory on RSI, but it doesn't mean a hill of beans without some kind of indicators behind, without drawing on your indicators, because the indicators work except for when they don't. So we draw on them. Here you can draw the cut. What do we got here? Right where price cut, we finally have this correct signal, which is here, and that's here, and we went up from there on the indicator, so we went up there on price as well. Okay. Some other things to note. Let's see. You could draw that using the parabolic tool if you wanted to. So if we were drawing the parabolic, we would take the curve tool. You can start at the here, come to somewhere around the end, and then you just play with the middle part. And then you come to where the average is, since it's the line. This is if you were being accurate, really accurate. And then you got to keep the curve balanced. You can't be doing that. That's not balanced. Okay, that's not balanced. But try to keep it balanced by moving the middle, again, approximately to where the middle is. That should give you a good idea where the curve is. And this is going to be that pain point. So now we're on the opposite side of the pain point in RSI over old territory. And there we go. Now, could this be considered a hidden battler here? This area, let me draw it here. Yes, it could act like this one could act like a resistance area, but I wouldn't say it's a hidden battler. It could say it's like a resistance area, this point right here. Let's see what happened on price. Did we go down from there? We just stalled. We actually did go down from there. So that's kind of interesting. That was here. I'm sorry. Here at this point. It's pretty close. So yeah, we did go down from there. So be looking for those. We did a video about that when we were talking about the Bitcoin crash, because we had that same type of thing. So there are times to draw them on the bottom, and that's when they make sense. If you notice, this doesn't make a lot of sense. Okay, nor is there any kind of things, but the bottoms were all making sense to my eyes. So you're training your eyes to start seeing those parabolics when you see them. So that's what we're going to do. That's how I want you to train your eyes when it comes to this kind of stuff, so you can catch your indicators correctly. And so that's what we're looking at from there. Let me see if I see anything here. So this is looking healthy. The way I read MACD is a little bit different than what everyone is taught to read, but this is looking healthy right now for a continuation. So we may come up to this area, and we may best beat through this area. There's one last area to beat through, and I see this on my weekly chart. So the weekly chart kind of shows a hard close, but again, this is Haki and Ashi, so this is being very general. But right there, this line right here, this is what we're going to focus on for this part. We have came up, came down, came up, broke through, and now we're coming back up to that area. Oh, coming back up to that area. Okay, so even though it looks like we're already on there, if you actually we actually are hiking Ashi, you got to be a little more general. But that area, I think we're going to beat it easily because of the markets in general. So if we were marking that area, it'd be here at 0.0040. Okay, and let's change that to like a very light. So 0040. And that's kind of the next challenger to come up. But I definitely believe we're going to be at least getting into this zone here. So that is RDD. I think that's red coin. So let's get on to the next coin. Okay, guys, before we continue, I want to tell you that if you wanted copies of today's charts, you can join me for chart membership notifications on my Patreon site. So this is a site where I'm able to quickly upload audio clips. If I need to talk to you guys during the day, I can upload a quick video clip. I also put up my public YouTube videos here. And then I also post links to other important videos that may have like here's Prophet Sharon. Here's our interview yesterday with on Lady Queen's channel. We got invited like last minute again to go on Lady Queen's channel, so that was really good. A very important warning that I put out there, and you guys don't want to miss it. I also put some of the I'll also put the charts of where we're going for XRP on here as well as I do other charts and special letters that I put out to you guys. So you'll get those instant notifications. You won't have to wait for YouTube to tell you when my next content is, because sometimes I may be on the go and I'll be taking a quick picture of a chart and saying, hey, this is something I'm looking at right now, and you need to have that information. So if you want those instant access to the notifications, go ahead and join me on Patreon. The website is in the description of here as well. As patreon.com/jsong_7. And so the website is Patreon, patreon.com/JSONG_7. Okay, so go ahead and join me, and you can sign up. It does take a donation of any dollar amount. It could be $1 million, and it could be as little as $1. In your local country. It does support many countries, many currencies from around the world. So don't hesitate to show up if you want to get those instant access and notifications. And you'll have that as well as other videos that I'll be posting. Some of my screenshots on the go with some special commentary will be on there, so you guys can see that. And we have tons of posts that I'm doing throughout the week. Okay. Now let's look at our next coin. It is a DGB DIGIBITE US dollars. I've been asked quite a bit to do a DIGIBITE, so I'll be putting both of these red coin and DIGIBITE on YouTube, so you can see those, and then you'll have also access to the maps on Patreon. So if you guys wanted those, you can. And what do I see on DIGIBITE? This is the daily chart. Each candle is 1 day worth of time. So on DIGIBITE, I see a parabolic. That's pretty accurate, just like that. Which means that the cut was actually way up here. Okay, way up here. Let's draw that in. We're going to take our rectangle tool, and we're going to come up to the zone of here, and we're going to draw that out. And then we can keep it up here where price is at. And that's pretty fairly accurate. Okay. Some things. Do I see a phantom? Yes, I do. I'm so glad you saw it too. So I'm going to take a trend line. We're going to take this swing to these tops of these swings. It's an average. Yep. Let's do that in blue. I always draw the flat phantoms in these colors. And then we're going to phantom out to the swing low. About right here. Okay, and then we're going to sword cut that. So that one is not as powerful. So what I'm going to do is just kind of to note that, I'm going to fade it away a little bit more than normal. As well as the border. But it's still there. So we got to pay attention to that. There's not really a swing low because the swing low was actually down here. That's all. This is all part of its one move. So the main low would be right there, which it's nothing since price is already on top of that line anyway. So I'm not drawing that swing low. So those are the two main things we'd want to look for. And then again, finally, let's put some price targets. This one's pretty straightforward. At the moment, we're looking very healthy. So let's put some targets by putting some price levels here. Here, these will be conservative zones. I won't put the upper bands, at least not at this moment. It's not as important. But if I was given a direction, I'd be thinking we were coming up to here. And what I'd really want is price to come up to this area and sit on top of that one and then be able to continue to the next one. And if it was really healthy after that, we'd come up there. Okay, so that's what I would want. The other places to watch for, because that is the cut, is the very tops of here as a high area. For now, will DIGIBITE survive the regulation and everything to come? I don't know. But I'm going to be putting these areas here as a warning, so you guys can know where these points are at. This is the previous highs. You want to draw those always. So the previous high, 16.08 cents. That main sword cut, that's going to be here. That is going to be at 0.1443 cents. The first cut, 0.1133 cents. That's this one right here. And then current price for DIGIBITE is 0.0707. So that's what we're looking right now. And it's looking pretty healthy, 0.0707. And we're looking like our first stop along the way is 0.11 cents. So that's pretty good. Some room on the table. And then the bottoms, we're definitely looking healthy. If I was taking this one and I phantom it out, it would be about right there. And so you could see where price cut the phantom. That's exactly where we went up. Did you see how we went up exactly here at the phantom cut? Okay, this is why I really enjoyed my technique, the sword method. Some really interesting stuff with this kind of method. So Some people are commenting. Some people are saying in the YouTube comments or in the emails or in the Telegram group that they're learning more from technical analysis in 1 hour with me than they have in years of paying classes and things like that. And I feel exactly the same way, guys. I feel exactly the same way. It took me years to learn this stuff, years. And sure enough, I paid for a lot of those classes, and I didn't learn any of these things that I use in actual trading. This is the stuff that nobody taught me about, the sword cut, everything. Praise God that he showed me these things. And now I'm just kind of giving my secrets away online. But I'm grateful for those who have been blessed by this type of methods and secrets, and are joining our Patreon and supporting. So let's do that now. Let's get into now that we completed these, let's get right into XRP. And again, if you wanted a copy of my charts, you can join me on the Patreon if you're just tuning in. The link is in the description, and you'll have a copy of all these alt charts. Now, guys, I want to say one last thing. If you would love to join us in our community, please join us on the community group. It's called Jasong's Community Chartroom. Where we have a lot of talk and chat, and some of you guys are asking a lot of questions about your accounts and like how to do this or how to do that. And we have a community of 412 members at the time of this recording. So if you want some friends, you want to make some friends, you want to meet some people, some like-minded people, come and join us. There are people who sharing scripture verses. There's people who are coming from all around the world in all walks of life. And we got a great bunch of people. Sully there is our admin for the group. So there's usually someone there. And then you'll be able to click on my name at the top of the and this section right here. It says pinned. So go ahead and click on the pinned, and you can see my last post for Bitcoin and XRP, as well as any post that I may have made or a link to a video that you may have missed. But throughout the day, I'll be stepping in there. If you catch me in the group, go ahead and you can click on my name, and then you can ask me a question directly. Otherwise, just click on my picture when I do post by clicking that pin button right there at the top, and then click on subscribe, and you can see my XRP post there for free on Telegram. So go ahead and you can see all my charts. I put whatever I put on the room I put on for XRP there for my Telegram group. So go ahead and join us there as well. Okay, guys, and I also want to say before we continue with our XRP on 4 Hour, I want to say a special thanks. I'm getting some notifications from some new members just yesterday to my email. We got X Marks the Spot. We got Crypto Knight, $5. Craig Seller, $5. Bart, $5. Beatrix, thank you very much. We got Patreon Philip. Thank you, Philip. Philip Wong, thank you. Meet Rami, $5. Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much. Ralph, $3. Thank you. Jasper. And then I'm getting some emails from you guys. So I'll be going over some of these emails that we're getting. It looks like now we have over 100 patrons who are partnering with us and getting those notifications and joining us and that's really good because it helps the business side of this education. So everything you see and hear in these videos is not financial education at all. It is just education on how to draw. Okay. And then I want you to know that this is not trading advice or financial advice of any kind, nor should it be treated as such. Everything you see and hear is just for those purposes only. Okay, team. So on XRP, I see a parabolic curve. And I want to thank one of the Chartroom members. They had just put up the chart, and I just was out taking a fresh look, and when I saw the chart, I was like, oh my gosh, that's a parabolic. And they didn't draw a parabolic, but they just showed a fresh chart. And sometimes that's why it's really important to just step away from your charts sometimes, so you can see things you never saw before, and then get back with a really fresh view. So that's what I see on this chart right now, is this parabolic. This is the parabolic that I drew. And that's about where I see it. Now, what this does is this should be pretty accurate. It may be a little skewed. It may be actually a little bit like this. But what I'm saying is we have some room to play. This is a 4-hour chart. So we actually have several days to kind of play before we have to make a decision about something. Now, there's some things that may happen. So this view right now is a regular view. If we turn on logarithmic, you can see that this dotted line is actually much lower. So I kind of expecting price to do a mixture between option B was about down here. But I'm actually now that we have closed above here on the daily charts, I'm expecting price to stay on there in that range up to there. And that range is $1.5665. So that's what I'm currently expecting price to stay as far as the range goes. And what we're going to need for that to happen, what is most likely to be the case, is price to do something like either, oops, not that. What I'm first expecting is price to come up and come down to that line and do something like that. Now, that would happen really quickly, something like that, actually. That's what I would first expect. The other option B, I'm no longer expecting because we're not underneath that line. If we were underneath that line, then I expect it to do something like that. However, at the current moment, there's actually an option that we may get because of other things, which I can't get into for this conversation, but there's a small chance that price can spike down into this area and then do its curve. And that would be really good because then you get good prices here at this level. That's going to be great. We're gonna if we do that, and that would be really nice because that already sets it up, because we're already kind of getting this arc over, even though we're in this territory. This, if we did this would be a discount, and then we wait for that kind of movement, and that would be enough to push through that area. Because again, the goal is to push through that area where I drew the X. We're trying to get past that, and I think we can definitely do it because there's a lot of chop we have to pass through. Remember, guys, go back, all of that we have to get through, and this is a lot of junk. Okay, so this is all on the 4-hour chart right now. I'll get into the daily again in just a second, but I want you guys to be aware of what it could look like. So if we do come back down to this area now, it'd be a support, and we'd get a cut. I mean, not a cut, but we'd get a curve. And we need that kind of curve, like a fat man jumping on the diving board. Remember, guys, boom, you jump up, then you can come down on your support and spring up, and that can help you spring up past danger zones really quickly. So I think that would be a good time to get us to 156. And then again, this is week 33. So coming into this week all the way up until Monday, Tuesday-ish, I'm expecting some big things to happen in the crypto market. We may get some big movements. I'm going to be there with you guys, letting you know what I'm seeing on the charts. But I'm expecting some big up movements for XRP. Maybe not for every other coin, but for XRP and some coins that are getting set up. So we'll take a look at more of those during the week. But for right now, this is what I'm looking at. So I'm going to take a screenshot of this, okay, and you'll be able to find this on the Chartroom for free. It's also on the notification for this on the Patreon. So go ahead and join me there, guys. That's kind of what we're looking for today. I'm going to keep you guys more posted, and I will see you guys soon. Oh, one last thing, guys. Me and Melody are going to be starting a new type of video that you're going to see coming soon. We're talking about it yesterday, about making a video where we're reading the Bible together, and then just sharing our thoughts and having some fun. Sometimes it may not be related to trading at all, since this is kind of more of our, our personal lives a little bit. So we're going to sometimes have some biblical messages we'll be sharing on there. And I think it might be very interesting for you guys to join or see, or if you wanted to be a part of that. So be looking for that kind of content coming out. But just kind of more opening up our lives a little bit to some of you guys, and just sharing some of those messages. You'll see a very different thumbnail in those, as to not confuse what is a Chartroom message. And that's why I also changed the title to JSong Presents, because sometimes I'm going to be presenting Chartroom data, sometimes I'm going to be presenting maybe an interview when I do some collaborations with other people, not just being on other people's channels. But those kind of things, I want to give you that type of content and just really focus on some spiritual aspects because we all need Jesus. We all need him in our lives. So we need the Holy Spirit's guidance. We need to be right with the Lord. And there's been many times in my life where I wasn't right with the Lord. I was walking outside. But the Bible says to work out your salvation with fear and trembling and to stay in the vine. And anyone who doesn't remain in the vine will be cast out and burned in the chaff. We don't want to be cast apart from God. We don't want to be cast out because we're not staying in the Father. It's very possible for someone to walk away from the Lord. And it is very possible, and then it happens. We're playing with fire when we're doing that. We're playing in that grace period, but grace is a time to get it right, and we are in that grace period. So I just want to share these things from my heart. I love you guys, and I thank you very much for joining me. Thank you for partnering with me, all the new Patreon members. I'm just really so blessed that you guys are showing, how you feel about this type of education, these type of maps for you guys and these video contents by taking some of your own resources and adding them to us and being a blessing. So just mind blown. And then if you guys didn't take a look, check out Lady Queen's interview with me and Melody yesterday. We had a nice time. It was so go ahead and join us on there and take a look at that interview on her channel. And I hope to see you guys later in the day. I'll make another video. We'll go over some more coins and some more XRP updates if we got them. But this is the update today for the 4-hour chart.